Yo, what's up, guys? Let everybody file in here. Monday, January the 25th, 2021, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all doing well here on a Monday. Got a lot to dive into here. Again, taking your questions, comments, calls as always. Appreciate it. What's up? HML, what's up, man? Landon, what's up? Yeah, Tracy Rocker. I mean, are you really surprised? You know what I mean? Are you really surprised Tracy Rocker bolted for another job? I mean, it doesn't even like phase me, man. I genuinely don't care. Like, whatever. No honor amongst thieves, as they say. So, no honor amongst thieves. Just getting the phone lines opened up here. Okay. All righty, 843-790-3377, guys. You guys see it on the screen. Travis, what's up, man? Will Collins, Dusty Rhodes, what's good? What's up? What's up? Happy Monday, January the 25th, 2021. Like I said, taking your questions, comments, calls as well. I think this will probably be the first week in forever that we don't have like coaching drama to discuss. So, Wesley says nothing on the board today. What do you mean? What does that mean? Oh, good point. The board. What am I doing? Yeah. Yeah, my apologies. Been a crazy Monday morning, getting all these YouTube clips cut up and getting this interview put out like this. So interview right after this live stream too. So I've been kind of getting ready for that. I don't know what should the whiteboard say. Hold on, let's jump out to the phone lines first, and then we'll worry about the whiteboard.
Justin.
Hey, Justin, what's up, man?
How you doing?
I'm doing well. Doing well. How are you?
How you doing, Chris?
Good.
Doing good. Hey, Chris. What do you thought about Tracy Rocker? He's a job hopper, you know.
I mean, like I said, it really doesn't move the needle for me one way or the other. I mean, he's not our problem anymore. So, but I mean, it's just like I said, no honor amongst thieves. And I mean, the coaching world, I feel like, is a lot like that. Like, I don't think Rocker is the only one. These guys are just going to take whatever jobs, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, I'm glad he's not our problem, but whatever. I really don't even give a damn. So, I mean, but I'm not surprised Tracy Rocker jumped to the NFL. I mean, a lot of guys would do that, but I mean, wish Tracy Rocker nothing but the best. I mean, like I said, he's really not our issue anymore. So.
Yeah, that's true, Chris. And Chris, my other second question is, what do you thought about Deuce Staley? I'm surprised he get the Philadelphia job,
Yeah, no, I mean, I think, I talked to a former Carolina football player Friday night that a good buddy of mine I've had on the show, and, we both agree. There's a little bit of politics. I don't know. It's tough. I mean, I don't know. Deuce has got a good thing going in the NFL either way, but yeah, he's definitely – I think Deuce is definitely overdue for a head coaching opportunity for sure, so, yeah.
Chris. What do you thought about soccer? That's what they can't win the cup this week, Chris,
Yeah, I mean, it's rough right now to be a Gamecock basketball fan. I don't know, man. Like I said on the show that came out today, it's like if we're just going to make an excuse for every single loss due to COVID, then I don't understand what the point in even playing the rest of the season is. I like Frank Martin a lot. Think he's a good coach. It's just it's again, I think we've really reached the point of apathy with Gamecock basketball. You know what I mean? I think we've reached that point. So fans are, just kind of whatever about South Carolina basketball playing. I talked to a lot of people on Saturday afternoon. I was out and about on Saturday and talked to a lot of people, and they were like, "Oh, I didn't even know we had a game today." So, we're just not good enough to care, and that's the reality. And when you get to that point, you have some serious issues. You know what I mean? So I know this year is wacky because of COVID, and I understand Martin missed a lot of time and players have missed a lot of time, but we really have to just decide what do we want to be as a basketball program. Do we care about basketball? Do we want to put a product on the floor that, competes to tournament appearances even. I don't know. Like we have to decide though, like what are our standards and expectations as a basketball program. I really do, because like right now, I think university's goal at this point is just, hey, let's just put a product out there that's decent enough to keep the diehard fan interested. Like that's really it. That's what it feels like. Because I mean, again, as much as I like Frank Martin and you like Frank Martin and everybody likes Frank Martin, I mean, man, he's getting paid a lot of money, just like Muschamp was. He's getting paid a lot of money to win games. And it's like, it's year 9, dude. It's year 9. I mean, how long can we do this? Should he get 15 years? Should he get 20? I mean, how long can you go on and keep doing this? So, I mean, again, I'm not saying fire Frank Martin, but man, if you don't, even with the COVID stuff, if you don't make the tournament with this roster, you got to reevaluate some things, man. You just have to. You flat out have to. So, and I'll be honest, I don't think we would fire Frank Martin unless we'd have to just completely go down the crapper next year. I mean, we really would. So, I think if you see Martin gone after this season, it'll be more of a decision of Frank Martin wants to step down and retire, which I don't know that would happen. I mean, you take a look at Frank, let's just call it what it is. He looks like hell. I don't know if his health is an issue. I don't know, whatever. And obviously we don't hope that. I don't hope that, but no, I don't know. I don't know, man. You're not, like I said, you're in an interesting place with Gamecock basketball because we understand the challenges and the excuses with COVID and all that, but man, everybody else is dealing with it too. And I mean, hey, there's I understand. Hey, if you lose, you lose, but to lose the way you lost Saturday, that's tough. You know what I mean? At home, that's tough. So I don't know, man. I don't really know my question is, can the Gamecocks salvage this season? I really don't know. So.
They playing against Auburn because Auburn was doing they was playing like zone,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't know how, if you can salvage this season into, because I think the temperature can be this way is with this group of guys. If you don't make the NCAA tournament, it's just not a good year. There's just no justifying otherwise. You had a good season if you missed the tournament with this crop of dudes. And, I mean, I that's how I'm going to feel. Like, I don't, when the season's over and we reevaluate and we look back at it, I'm not going to say like, oh, well, look, that was the COVID season and it's a wash. It's like, we didn't make the postseason. That was the goal. So we fell short of expectations again. And then the question I'll pose to South Carolina, because I see a lot of people or some people on social media that say, oh, we're not this basketball powerhouse. We've never made the tournament a bunch. Like, why are people expecting to do that? Nobody's expecting South Carolina to go to the tournament every year. But, bro, 1 out of 9 years? I mean, outside of a 2-week hot run in March of 2017, what has this program really done? In 9 years under Martin. So, and again, I like Martin. I do think he's a good coach. I know the challenges of winning at South Carolina, but dude, if you really want to go there, why don't people make the same excuse for football? It's just as hard, if not harder, to win at South Carolina football than it is basketball. I mean, there's no statistic that says South Carolina football should ever get back to Atlanta or win the SEC, God forbid, or God forbid win a national title. So like, what are we talking about? If you want to just accept the past 100 years of sports results, then by all means you can do that. But, stay consistent across all the sports then, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's one thing I love about baseball is that there is a standard of excellence in winning because we've done it for so long. We've won back-to-back national titles. But, I mean, basketball doesn't have that, definitely. I mean, football's trying to have that. We got a taste of success. But I don't know, man. I just don't think justifying present day failures with past shortcomings is the right move, in my personal opinion. So again, I like Martin. I think he's a good coach. Does he have some deficiencies? For sure. Yeah, he has some deficiencies as a head coach. But overall, he's a good coach. And people love to say, oh, who are you going to get? I mean, dude, at some point you got to pull the trigger. You know what I mean? Like, you got to take a chance on a guy. Same thing South Carolina did with Shane Beamer. So, and then again, I'm not even saying that's the answer that Carolina basketball will be fixed, but I'm just, it's year 9, man. This isn't year 4 or 5. This is year 9. So, I don't know. All we can hope for is the guys turn around. That, you know, I feel like I'm repeating myself. I'm saying it after every game. That Wednesday game against Georgia, man, if you lose that one at home again and you look bad doing it, again, with every loss, especially every embarrassing loss, those whispers about Frank Martin, they're getting louder and louder and louder and louder. So, you know.
Yeah, Chris, I agree.
You know,
Chris, the thing about that is the fans, they won't be quiet till they get a W, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, people don't want to hear the COVID excuse. You know what I mean? They just don't. They just don't. I know it's tough. I know this is a real issue this team has dealt with, but people just realistically don't want to hear it. So, but hey, Justin, appreciate the call, man. Thanks for tuning in. We'll chat this week for sure.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Justin. Take care, man. Thanks.
Have a good day.
Yep, you too. Yeah, great. 847-93377. Let me get this whiteboard taken care of. I got something good here. All right, just something that came to my mind this weekend that really stuck with me. I don't know, something different. Something different today. Okay. Gosh darn it. There we go. And yeah, somebody asked earlier, this is the new hat. So this is the ass-kicking chicken garnet trucker hat. Fire. I got a big mail day today. A big mail day today for the Spurs Up show. We got a lot of this new merch in, and it is fuego. So it is fuego. So let's see. Brent Brooks, Lake Murray, what's going on, man? What's going on? Ronnie Ferguson, he lost the team, kind of feels like it. I don't know, man. I understand that we haven't practiced a ton and we're not in game shape, but there's just some stuff you saw where it was just like, dude, like it doesn't take talent to play with effort. You know, it does not take talent to play with effort. And I feel like we saw a lack of effort. The thing that kills me is this, guys. I think the only reason people aren't more irate is because people have just come to terms, or in their own minds have come to terms with, oh, we're just not a basketball school, so we're not supposed to win. Like that. That's how people justify it. That is truly, in my opinion, how people justify it. So, which I don't think is the right attitude. I genuinely don't feel like that is the right attitude. But I think that is what people do to make it okay in their minds. But it's like, man, it's not hating on Frank, but it's just being honest about it. Dude, if we were a school that cared about basketball, Frank Martin would have been fired he'd be fired. There's no question. He'd be done. But let's just face it and call it what it is. Our fans, I think they love basketball. They support it. I mean, it's one of their sports. But they're like, do we really care about basketball? Like putting a winner on the floor. Do we care? And I think the answer's got to be no from what you see. So, Todd Smith, yeah, Ryan Suckup, man. What a night he had. I'd love to get him on the show sometime, really. AJ Bowers, what's your opinion on the 5-star cornerback that has us in Bama as his top 2 schools? Heard he really likes Gray, the DB coach. Yeah, hopefully we get him. That's my opinion. Hopefully we get him. We need good players. So Travis Lee says Ray Tanner is too loyal to everyone. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I had no problems, honestly, with bringing Frank back this year. And then, of course, COVID is going to bail Martin out of this year. There's no other way to put it. It's going to bail him out. No doubt. But, and like I said, I just think at some point you have to make the decision. What do we want to be as a basketball program? What are our minimum expectations? No, do we have expectations? You know what I mean? Do we have expectations? Because if you do, and I'm not saying, again, if you miss the tournament 1 year, you're fired. But, guys, just be honest with yourselves. There's a lot of you in this chat right now that if Mark Kingston misses the postseason this year, I mean, all hell's going to break loose. So, and I'm not like, I understand the differences between football and basketball and baseball. I 110% understand. But my God, guys, like, I wish we kept that same energy. I really do. Instead of saying, well, we don't have the tradition in basketball, we don't have the tradition in football. Like, we should have the expectations. Like, making the postseason should be the minimum expectation for every South Carolina sport. Every single one. There's not a good excuse. There's not. Granted, are you going to have years where things don't click? You lose a lot of your roster. The ball doesn't bounce your way? For sure. Yeah, absolutely you are. But that should be a one-off. Very much a one-off. So, yeah, and Stauffer122 says, fan apathy is what will lead to changes. This is what happened in football. Once fans stop caring, administration will step in. I actually agree with you. I think this is actually very similar to what we saw on the football field. To the point where you guys remember we got to the Ole Miss game. That Ole Miss game, and I remember just not even being fired up for game day. Just didn't even care. Just like, whatever. So, yeah. RJ Kelly says, hell, we can always make/start traditions. You know how tradition starts? I mean, it has to start somewhere. Somebody puts their foot down or makes the decision, this is how things are going to be. Bottom line. Tradition doesn't just, it's not like we were just born with tradition, right? So Adam Stewart saw a clip on Twitter where you read the 4 agreements, killer book. Yeah, right here. Literally right here by the whiteboard. Yeah, it's awesome book. I would highly recommend that to everybody. So, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Todd Smith, if the school doesn't have expectations of winning, they should pay these coaches the same way. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to this hat is literally fresh out the box. So I'm trying to get it right. I love this hat, though. Do love this hat. Yeah, Phil, this thing, you get a look at it. This thing turned out awesome. Thing turned out freaking awesome. So, freaking awesome. Let's see. But yeah, if we don't have expectations to win, what's the point in watching the games? Like, honestly, what's the point? And Phil, great to see you in the chat, by the way. Great to hear from you. Billy Vincent, apathy is set into our men's basketball program. Fans are indifferent. It is time for a change. Again, and I'll tell you guys, because I keep it real with everything. And if we lose 3 or 4 more in a row, I might get to my breaking point, if you will. But I simply just don't want to be the coach's guy. Like, I don't want to be known as that. Yeah, like touting the torch for the Fire Muschamp Brigade, that got exhausting. I'll be totally honest with you. That got exhausting. It did. So selfishly, I just don't want to be that guy. I really don't. But I am at the point, I'll say this, that if we decided after the season we want to make a change, I'd be 100% okay with that. I'd have no issues with that. Now, if we bring Martin back, I'll support him and, be fine. I'm not going to raise hell about it. But it's hard to me to justify you care about winning if you just keep doing the same thing over and over. So, and again, I like Martin. Are you going to find Coach Ben Martin? I don't know, but you'll never know if you don't try. You'll never know if you don't go out there and look for somebody, give somebody a chance. And again, I think what it really comes back to is a lot of our fan base is just so scarred. Is so scarred from the Darren Horn era. I really believe so. I think that's what it really comes back to. Our fans are scarred from the Darren Horn era. And they're, what might be next might be better, but they're thinking like, oh my God, we could go back to that. I think that's where a lot of it comes, a lot of what it comes back to. So, Keith Gillespie, is his health good? I can't really speak on Frank's health. I know he doesn't look great, but I can't speak on his health. I have no idea. I'd be making an assumption, and I don't want to do that. So let's see. Yeah. Again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls. Podcast, of course, dropped this morning, episode 366. Breaking on the basketball game, of course. And then, of course, conversation with Braden Webb. Braden taking his time. It's funny, the last time Braden was on the show, it was episode 89 of the podcast. So it was really great to get him back on. Really great to get him back on, for sure. So, guys, before we go any further, I do want to tell you about my friends over at Flex Squad Fitness, because the Daily Crow is presented to you by Flex Squad Fitness. Guys, CJ Profit. CJ's the guy that runs it, that owns it. Awesome, awesome dude. That's the first reason you should go there, because CJ is a legend. But he's been a certified personal trainer for 10 years, and it's Flex Squad Fitness, by the way, in Chapin, South Carolina, to give you guys some heads up. Chapin, South Carolina, Flex Squad Fitness. Again, CJ runs it. He struggled with his own weight for many years and eventually lost 85 pounds himself doing the exact same training he does at the gym. So at Flex Squad, what they do is they do one-on-one and small group training. Their program is a mix of strength, high-intensity interval training, endurance training. The goal is to not only help people look great on the outside, but more importantly, to make them stronger and more confident on the inside. And again, like I said, guys, he's been there. He's been through the struggle. He's lost the weight himself. He's done it. And he's somebody that he really takes ownership of his people in regards to their journey. You know, if you stop showing up, he literally told me, I'm going to call you, text you, email you, whatever I got to do to get you back in. I do that because I know that's what people need, because he needed it too, right? So he says they do our best to make this place as fun as possible. You're going to work hard for sure, but you'll laugh and sing along with our great music as well. Guys, Flex Squad Fitness, Chapin, South Carolina, it's a no-brainer. CJ does a phenomenal job. The place changes people inside and out, and you're not going to regret walking in the door. You'll probably just wish you did it sooner. Guys, and get this, here's the kicker. They offer a free week for anyone who wants to try out their classes, or 2 free one-on-one sessions to see where, hey, no risk, 2 free sessions. And hey, get this. You go to Flex Squad Fitness in Chapin right now and tell them the Spurs Up Show sent you, you get your first month free. That's a no-brainer. If you're looking for a gym, if you're looking for somewhere to, you know, and enhance your personal and your mental health, be sure to check out the guys. Again, Flex Squad Fitness, proud sponsor of the Spurs Up Show and the Daily Crow. But the Daily Crow brought to you by our friends at Flex Squad Fitness in Chapin, South Carolina. And like I said, tell CJ we sent you to get a month free. That's a no-brainer. A month free. It's insane. So again, all right, let's get back to it. Lance, I really want Frank to turn it around, man. That guy's hard to hate and hard to want to get rid of. We all want to see a winner. We all want to see him win. I don't think anybody's pulling against the guy, right? I mean, you know, L. Stauffer 122. We don't even need the sexy hire. We have already seen the culture change with Beamer. If we get the right guy who can take advantage of the program's strengths, it could work. Yeah, what you can't do is you can't just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and expect a different result. That's the bottom line. So, I feel there's a solution to our men's basketball woes. Just watch the women's team. Love it. Love it. Ooh, this is awesome. How about this, guys? We have three posts up this morning so far. They're all baseball. That warms my heart, to be honest with you. That really warms my heart. Baseball is damn near back, folks. And we'll break down this week on the podcast tomorrow's show and Thursday's show. Tomorrow's show, I'll break down probably first baseman. And then Thursday, we'll break down second baseman. So continuing along with the position review, season preview series for Carolina baseball. Got a text in. Martin seems to have no interest in the season or coaching at South Carolina. Once again, a coach at SC doesn't improve his talent, a.k.a. Muschamp. Another text here says, Martin's a great defensive coach, but does not know how to recruit players who can score or utilize them in his scheme. You have to have balance. Time for a change. Again, it is wild, guys, how it feels. It does feel so similarly to football, to this football season. You've got a tough, intense, defensive-minded, I would say, head coach that his defense is not playing well. You're losing in embarrassing fashion. Like, there's a lot of similarities. There's a lot of similarities you can draw. So, I don't know. Courtney Washington with a couple of comments. We'll read these off. COVID's taking its effect on the basketball team. Courtney says they're already not a well shooting team, and missing time out of the gym for COVID is detrimental, especially with the schedule Carolina has to play because the other conference teams have been in the gym. The women's team was able to overcome their COVID stoppage due to the talent disparity in women's basketball. I mean, you might have some point. Again, I'm not saying that COVID has not been a real issue. Like, I'm definitely not saying that. But again, it just gets really, really old using the COVID excuse over and over and over. It really does. It just gets old. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Just gets old. Bottom line. And if you're going to use COVID as an excuse after every single loss, like I said, just cancel the season. Don't even play. What's the point? There's a built-in excuse when you lose. Who gives a damn? You know what I mean? Like, got another text. Why does USC keep hiring coaches that's on their tail end of their career? I mean, I don't think Beamer's that way at all. Beamer's just starting his career. And then Kingston, he wasn't that way. I mean, Kingston, this is his first big job. I mean, he was at USF before, but I mean, you know. And I don't think when they hired Martin, he was necessarily – dude, when Frank Martin got hired at South Carolina, that was a great hire. I mean, that was a great hire. So, and I know a lot of people were excited for him, rightly so. Martin's, a name in college basketball, so it makes sense. Tyler Knoll says, fans have a soft spot for Frank because of the Final Four run. He hasn't gotten them back yet. The talent they have this year, the NCAA tournament should be the minimum expectation. This is a results-driven business, and you have to start to win at some point. My only thing is, can Carolina do better than Frank? I'm not sure. And Tyler, I'm not sure either. I'm really not. I'll be honest with you. That's why you have not seen me adamantly call for Frank Martin's head, right? Or call that he be fired. But I do also agree with you that I think again, and I'm not saying it's right, wrong, or indifferent, but there are a lot of fans that have a soft spot because that Final Four run was literally, for some people, the highlight of their USC fandom. Like, literally, their all-time favorite memory. And so a lot of people, when they look at Frank, that's what they think of. You know what I mean? That's what they think of. So, and again, I totally respect that. And I think there's some, I think that's fair to an extent. I think that's fair to an extent because those were great memories. That was great. But at the same time, man, like that was 2017. Like it's 2021. We're getting further and further. Hey, Chad Holbrook was on the teams that won the back-to-back national titles. That didn't save his job. I mean, So at some point, it's a what have you done for me lately business. It is. What have you done for me lately? You can't keep hanging your hat on the Final Four in 2070. You just can't do it. So, again, will this season probably be chalked up as a wash? Yeah, probably. Honestly, probably will be. Probably will be. But God, it's a damn shame, man, with this group of talent and this group of guys that you're probably going to just, make. I mean, are you even going to go 500 in SEC play? At this point, I don't know how you could say you are. So, I don't know. So, again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. Here on a Monday, January the 25th, 2021. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate the love and support. Appreciate you guys. Means the world. So, let's see. Nothing crazy happening today yet. Got a packed day of content, though. We'll have about 4 or 5. I don't know about that, man. 3 or 4 video clips coming out. And, I mean, dude, with South Carolina, it's never a dull moment in Gamecock country. So, never a dull moment. So, we'll have a bunch of content rolling out today. Got a really exciting week planned. I know I'm anxiously waiting. I'm sure you guys are as well. I'm anxiously waiting on that full season schedule to drop for South Carolina. I don't know. It should be this week. I'd be shocked if it's not this week. Probably just finalizing up some non-conference games. Landon, yes, this hat comes in black. I got the garnet one because I don't really have any garnet hats, but yeah, it comes in like all black. and the logo. So the black one's fire. I mean, the black one's fire. So Courtney Washington, are we trying to get rid of the best basketball coach we've had since joining the SEC? I don't think we're trying to do anything. I literally have said 100 times that I'm not fire Frank Martin. Like, I'm not pushing fire Frank Martin. But, I mean, Courtney, if that is the mindset, if that is the mentality, because basically what you're saying is, hey, no matter what Frank Martin can do no wrong, he is the best coach we've had since we joined the SEC. He should never get fired. Just give him a lifetime contract. Like, what's the point? Win, lose, or draw, it doesn't matter. It's kind of what you're saying. So, what if you missed it? Hey, if you want to say COVID season wash, cool. I saw you comment about that earlier. That's fine. What if you miss the postseason next year? Then what? Because I'll be damned. I'll tell you. Do I expect South Carolina basketball to make the postseason every year? Hell no, I do not. No. But 1 out of every 10 years? I don't think that's getting the job done, personally. I just don't. There's no way. I think in a 10-year span, South Carolina should at least make the NCAA tournament 3 to 4 times. I think that's more than fair. And if my expectations are too high, if you want to say they're too high, then that's, fine. But that's just where I land. I'm kind of curious now. Let's see. How many times have we made the postseason? How many times have we made the tournament? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've made the tournament 9 times. So I understand the challenges. I really do. I understand the challenges. But again, guys, you can't say, because we stunk in the past, that should condone us not hitting a goal now. It just shouldn't. I don't know how anybody could have that thought process. I really don't. Chad Canfall, no new news on the Gunnar Stockton stuff. Nothing new. I have no idea. Have no idea. Courtney Washington does have his faults, I will say, but if he misses the postseason next, then we do need to have a convo, but your expectations are not out of the park. Yeah, again, I don't think, the fans, I genuinely, dude, if South Carolina can be a national powerhouse in women's basketball, then I don't understand why the Gamecocks can't be a just slightly above average team in men's. I don't get it. We had no tradition of winning in women's basketball for Dawn Staley. Hell, I think a lot of fans probably didn't even know we had a women's basketball team for Dawn Staley. So, and again, I know it's different. I understand it's different, men's and women's. I totally get it, but I think that's something putting a lot of pressure on Frank and the squad too. Is just, you see what Dawn and them are doing, and it's like, man, like what are the men's teams doing? What are they doing? So I don't know, man. It's just tough. Just really tough. Again, guys, take your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. Wesley Newmar, what are your thoughts on Tracy leaving us, then going to Auburn and now the NFL? Whatever. It is what it is. That's kind of the realities of the coaching world. I just did Auburn best job. I don't know. I'm glad it ain't our problem anymore. Genuinely glad it's not our problem. Ryan Hobby says Dawn should be the new AD. How about we don't hire somebody as AD just because they succeeded as a head coach? That's how we got in this mess in the first place. So how about we don't do that? I love Dawn too, but Let's go hire somebody that's actually been an AD, that knows the challenges and the, what the job entails. I mean, and let's not make it a lifetime achievement award. You know what I mean? With all due respect to Dawn, I'm just saying, like, she's not an AD. She's a basketball coach. Bottom line. She's not an AD. She's a basketball coach. Stacey Manley says Brad Edwards would be a big upgrade over Tanner. I'd love to see Brad Edwards because he was actually at Newberry when I was there. Yep. So was Mike Hold, former Gamecock quarterback. Really cool stuff. So they're the AD when I was playing ball there. Bo says, was pleased Marshawn and Debo living in the weight room. Yeah, and I'm not surprised. I mean, you think of the type of dude Marshawn Lloyd is and what we heard about him. What we heard about him on the recruiting trail. And I had him on my show, was blessed enough to talk to him, and great kid, great dude. And yeah, he's working his tail off to get back. So let's see. Landon says that's what Auburn gets for poaching coaches from a 2-8 team. I don't disagree with you. Tyler Noel, if I was Ray Tanner, I would have an expectations list when hiring any coach at South Carolina. Accountability is something he needs to have with his coaches. If you're not performing, then you're gone. Hold their feet to the fire. There just has to be there has to be expectations. Just bottom line. There has to be expectations. Pressure is a good thing, Pressure to win and produce, that's a positive. That's not a negative. Pressure makes diamonds. You know what I mean? Pressure makes diamonds. So, somebody, let's see. It's always in connection to the stream. I apologize about that. I don't know what the deal is. So, my bad, Cody. I don't know. My bad. I don't know what Periscope. Periscope's not even going to be a thing, I think, after March 31st. So I guess it'll just stream straight to Twitter video. I have no idea, to be honest with you. So Travis Royal says, we have a little tradition in men's basketball. The back-to-back NIT champions happened, and it was nice. But just like the Final Four run, it's what have you done for? We could be great, but like you said, Chris, what are the expectations? It's never clear. Done for me lately type of world. Yeah. I don't think Gamecock fans have unrealistic expectations. Do you? I don't think they do. I think the expectations are very reasonable. I mean, Frank Martin has like the best job ever because Gamecock fans expect nothing. They expect nothing. That's the wild part. Like, we're not expecting you got to go win the SEC. Dude, we're just asking for a team to be competitive. That's what it feels like. We're like, dude, just be competitive. At minimum, make the NIT. Making the NIT is not hard. It's not hard to make the NIT. Again, I don't get the people that make the excuses and stuff, though. Like, oh, we're not a blue blood. The challenges of winning here. It's hard to win here. Dude, Alabama's undefeated right now in conference play. Clemson is a top 20 team. How does that make any sense? There are plenty of schools out there that are not blue bloods that are finding ways to get it done, that are winning games. Why? You'll never reason with me. You'll never reason with me that our past shortcomings and past failures should be reasons for not expecting to have a product we can be proud of, if anything. So Chad says, how do you feel about AJ Lawson's performance this year? Do you think he actually gets drafted? I think he's an NBA caliber guy. Yeah, I think he'll probably get drafted, but I don't know. It's tough to say. Stacey Manley, heard anything about us getting any more in the transfer portal? I haven't heard anything necessarily, but we're not done. We're not done. So Daryl says, also, I think we only got 8 wins total in basketball history, 9 appearances of our NCAA tournaments. 4 of those were in the Final Four run. Wow. Yeah, you're dead on, Chris. Got to be expected. Again, and I don't think the expectations need to be, okay, you got to go make a Final Four. Just get to the tournament. Like, just it's, again, I feel like we're talking about football all over again. Just make it fun to watch. Hey, Gamecock fans can live with a 7-5 or 8-4 football team. They can for a little bit now. Again, the expectations rise. But it's like, bro, it's not the fact Muschamp wasn't winning. It's that, dude, it wasn't even fun to watch. It was painful to watch. It was painful. Apathy set in. You got to at least put an entertaining product on the floor, if nothing else. You have to, you know? So, Phil Harris, hope AJ Lawson stays after this year. Otherwise, it might be a struggle. And that's my biggest thing, man. And honestly, my biggest concern is, do you really think we're going to be better next year? I mean, think about it. I think Lawson's probably gone. I guess Kusnard will be back. Hannibal will be back. Mania will be gone. I don't know, unless these guys can come back. I don't know, but like, I doubt you're going to be better next year. Maybe you will. Maybe I'll be wrong. But I don't know. Tough for me to envision that. Steven says, totally agree, man. I'm jumping off the Frank bandwagon, 1 tournament in 9 years. And to be a defensively minded head coach, I don't see it with this current. This was down he in years. Unbelievable. Yeah, like I said, it just feels like football over. We're just saying things over. We got a text here. Hey, man, it's Robbie Davis. Robbie, appreciate you texting in. Says, I hope you're doing well, and I'd rather have a team in any sport that gives effort more than having talent, even though talent has a little bit to do with it. Yeah, I don't want to be the guy saying that, we didn't play with effort Saturday or we quit, but like there were definitely some moments where you're like, man, it does not feel like we're in it today. It doesn't feel like we're in it. I mean, damn, if we're going to, as fans, man, if we're going to take 2.5, 3 hours out of our day to listen to watch that team, I mean, damn, we're not expecting to be, winning every game, but we got to have a better product than that, man. Got to. Courtney Washington said, let's wait till everyone returns from COVID layoff and get their legs for them, then we can judge. I mean, hey, you got 11 games left, 11 conference games left to play. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, you got that game Wednesday night against Georgia at home. I fear what the morale will be if you lose that one. I truly, truly do. I fear what the morale will be. So, Justin, your prediction for the upcoming baseball season. Who leads in home runs and who leads in strikeouts? Wes Clark, home run leader, definitely. Strikeouts, I'm going to go probably Thomas Farr. I think Farr. He'll throw the most innings, you know what I mean, being the Friday night guy. So, I also saw a comment. Elizabeth Ballard, thank you for the compliment on the hat. The hat turned out great. The logo turned out great. Freaking love this. My guy did a fantastic job making this and putting this together, so I appreciate him. Definitely good stuff. Mm-hmm. Joel T. Brown. I like the Beamer hire more than I like the Muschamp hire. I think that's pretty much everybody. Yep. Travis Rowe, like you said in the podcast, we all have our breaking point at some point. Yeah. And there again, as much fan support and admiration as there is for Frank Martin. Yeah. I mean, there's going to become a point for every single fan where it's like, okay, we're done. It happened with Muschamp. It'll happen with Martin. So. Yeah. So, again, guys, appreciate you all tuning in here on a Monday, January the 25th, 2021. Appreciate you all tuning in. You guys take your questions, comments. Got 15 minutes left. Got a lot of content on the docket today. So really excited to chat with you guys. Really excited for this Monday. All righty. Phil says, I think I saw Darren Horn working in an ABC store in Kings Mountain, North Carolina recently. Tough out there, former Carolina basketball coaches. There's no way. There's no way, dude. Come on. It can't be that bad. Carolina Rangers. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I love this hat. The garnet is beautiful. Turned out great. Steven, let's talk about 2021 expectations for our football team. Yeah, listen. No matter the situation, I think every single sport, the minimum expectation should be making the postseason. So, and you take a look at South Carolina's schedule in 2021 under Shane Beamer. I think 6-6 is very doable. I mean, you know, you're going to have 3 built-in non-conference wins with ECU, Eastern Illinois, and Troy. Vandy's 4. I think Kentucky should be 5. Hell, Tennessee's a dumpster fire. That's 6. You can beat Mizzou. That's 7. So, I mean, why not, you know? I think 6-6 or better is doable, you know. And I'm not, again, if you go 5-7, you know, I'm not going to be like, oh, we should be saying fire Beamer. Absolutely not. But you got to have a set of standards. You know what I mean? You have to. You can't say, make the excuse, oh, you're a first-year head coach. If you go 4-8, it's no big deal. No, we got to see some progress. We need to see a little bit of progress. So, I think fans should expect 6-6 or better. I really do. I think they should expect to go to the postseason. I don't think that's that asking something crazy. So, Ronnie Pace, coaches at Winthrop and Furman are doing a good job and could be a replacement for Frank. Hey, I'm not totally opposed to that. Landon says, I was a Muschamp guy in his first season when he went to shake Dabo's hand before the first rivalry game and Dabo turned him down. Had me excited to see us kick their asses. Instead, we got our asses kicked all 4 meetings. Yeah. Unfortunate. Phil Harris, what happened to the old Winthrop coach that went to Wichita State? Honestly, I have no idea. Steven says, I like 7-5. Schedule sets up to be easier. Again, it's there. Again, I'm just saying go 6-6, get us back to a bowl game, but it's possible. Tyler Noel, I really feel like we can beat Florida. It's at home this year, too. I think that's definitely the game where you're looking at, like, what's the most likely upset for Gamecock football. I think that would be it. Yeah, getting the Gators. I'll be interested to see when that game is on the schedule. But, yeah, if I had to pick an upset, it'd be Florida. Or Auburn. Hell, I think Auburn, too. For obvious reasons. I mean, for obvious reasons, there will be a little extra juice in that one. So, I could certainly see us upsetting Auburn. Courtney Washington, do you think we could possibly see a Matt Rule type of progress? I mean, I don't really know. It's, you know, again, I just think 6-6 are better this year. I think that's what fans should expect. Cody Gaskin says, is Auburn really considered an upset? And Justin Bell follows with Auburn wouldn't be an upset. We are determined to give them an ass whooping. I mean, I hear what you're saying. I don't think it'd be like a major upset. I think that'll be a, you know, I'm hesitant to say evenly matched because I think Auburn's in a better spot right now than we are, for sure. But yeah, at home again, that will, yeah, I like our chances. But I think it'd still probably be considered an upset to some people. I think it still would. So. Let's see. Again, guys, I don't know. With the South Carolina basketball thing, again, it's just for me, it's just like, dude, like if fans are going to sit back and consume South Carolina basketball and take 3 hours out of their day and spend their money on it, we got to have a better product than what we're getting. We have to. You got to. There's got to be a better product put on the floor. Bottom line. I don't think anybody's trying to debate that either. So all this team can do is try to turn the page, and you got to rebound against Georgia, man. Again, I don't want to sound like a broken record and be saying, oh, it's a must win, it's a must win, it's a must win. But man, they get more and more important by the game, because it's just, again, if you lose to Georgia and you look embarrassing that COVID excuse is going to get worn out. It is. It's going to get worn out. People don't want to hear that shit all year. They just don't. They just flat out don't. Daryl says, like you said, look what Alabama's doing in basketball. Absolutely. 8-0 in SEC, 13-3 overall. And Nate Oates is their new coach. Who? Came from Buffalo. I like Frank, but we do need a change, new voice, new direction. Yeah. There's other coaches I think could come to South Carolina and win some balls. Bottom line. Justin Bell, basketball hasn't been ready for baseball, honestly. I mean, I was going to be ready for baseball either way, but I will say really exciting news just on the baseball front. I'm actually planning on going to the South Carolina LSU series in Baton Rouge. I think I told you guys my sister lives down there, and that series is going to be played in April. So planning on heading down there. I think that'll be a really, really good time. So we'll have a blast. Courtney Washington, I don't mind losing, but Saturday was downright awful, and that wasn't all COVID. Again, I agree. I agree with you. John Gibbs, buyout or no buyout. USC has the money to get coaches. You gain more money by winning. Spend a lot now, reap the reward later. Yeah, and that's another thing, too. I cannot see South Carolina firing Frank Martin in a year where they literally just paid Will Muschamp $13 million to walk. It's hard for me to believe that we would pull the trigger. So Ronnie Pace says, Chris, look what the guy Bama's doing. That should be us. Again, and then somebody says Bama's ranked 10th in the rankings. I mean, that ain't a blue blood, guys. That's not a program with a proud tradition of winning. You know what I mean? A tradition of excellence in Gamecocks or in basketball. You know what I mean? So it's not. Tyler Noel, Tony Elliott, been offered the Tennessee job, could accept as soon as this afternoon. That'd be interesting. Will that shake up the Clemson dynasty? We can only hope. We can only hope so. They call me Jay-Z. Do you think Shane Beamer has the potential to transform this football team to a powerhouse? I really hope so. I mean, we all do. That's obvious, but I don't know. I really hope so. But again, that's kind of my point, right? That's my point. And I think your question's valid. I'm not coming at you for the question, but fans ask a question like that. Can Shane Beamer turn us to a powerhouse? Why are we not saying that about Frank Martin? Why are we not saying that about Carolina basketball? Can this coach turn us to a powerhouse in basketball? Our past failures in football is not deterring you from asking that question. So I don't understand, why is the energy not consistent when we're talking about basketball? I don't get that. Again, good question from you. I'm just saying, it's like, oh, when's Shane Beamer going to get us back to Atlanta? When are we going to be a powerhouse? But in basketball, it's like, oh, we're not supposed to win anyways. We're not supposed to win in football either. I mean, guys, just call it for what it is. We're not supposed to win in football either. So, pick a side. Justin Bell, Muschamp's firing need to be done more than Frank's needs to be. I agree. I mean, I agree with that statement for sure. Michael, I wouldn't be so upset with the team sucking if we didn't have the talent there to win now. Yeah. Yeah. It's tough. It's tough to watch this group of guys and this crop on struggle the way they were. So. Landon says Yankees and Red Sox made a trade for the first time in 7 years. First time this century. I did not know that. That's wild. Daryl says, hey, Chris, you might have covered it, but who are the incoming freshmen this year on baseball that will make an immediate impact, you think? Yes, and I'll definitely be diving into this a little bit. Well, really, as I'm going through the position unit previews, I'll be talking about it, but definitely diving into this more so on the actual season preview show that will come out the week of opening day. But, yeah, so Brandon Fields is the first name that jumps out to me. I think he's probably going to be your opening day center fielder and probably going to be your everyday center fielder. Dude was a 3-star running back recruit in football. So, kid's a stud. Kid's a freaking athlete, freak of nature. Have heard great things about him. On the bump, Mag Cotto, the lefty, that's a guy for me. I think that is going to be a big-time contributor. There's a bunch of other arms that I'd have to go down the list on the roster, but this is a great crop. This is a great crop of talent. Bottom line, great crop of talent that Mark Kingston's brought in. So, but the top two names to look out for, in my opinion, Brandon Fields and Mag Cotto. Those are the two guys I think they're going to really blow up this year. So, Jeff Huffman says Frank's Final Four has fans wearing rose-colored glasses. 1 NCAA berth in 8 years is ridiculous. Again, I think there's some validity to that statement. Again, I'm not, not saying it's right, wrong, or indifferent, but certainly there's a lot of fans that Final Four run was the highlight of their USC fandom, and they can't detach themselves from Frank and the current job he's doing now and that Final Four run. So, Cody Gaskins, could you imagine going into another season of a Will Muschamp football team? No, I cannot. It would have been a brutal offseason for yours truly. Because, listen, I call it like I see it. It would not have been – I don't know how it could have been a very positive offseason. I mean, just bottom line. So, Justin Bell says, as long as we don't have an injury bug, I think we can go to Omaha. I mean, once South Carolina baseball gets to the postseason, that's the beauty of it. All bets are off. Well, I mean, that's where we thrive. So, putting the expectation on these guys to go to Omaha, I'm not going to do that to them. But, I mean, this is a talented team. There's no doubt. It's a talented team. A lot of it, too, though, you got to get hot at the right time. You got to have things clicking. You got to have guys, fill into roles and flourish in those roles. So you're going to have guys step up, bottom line. You're going to have guys elevate their game. You have to have guys elevate their game. So, yeah, it's got to happen. But this team's got a lot of talent. I'm excited for this Carolina baseball team. This team has a ton of talent. So, John Gibbs, would you rather go to one Final Four in 8 years or make the tournament on a consistent basis? If you win consistently, everything else will take care of itself. Yeah, dude, I'd rather give me the tournament every year. Again, that one Final Four was great, but you can build a program when you go to the postseason every year. You can actually build that one Final Four just looks like a fluke. It just looks like a flash in the pan. That's what it really looks like. Like, that's not who South Carolina basketball is. We just got hot for 3 weeks. Phil says, I don't understand why our expectations for men's basketball is so low. We have everything here to succeed. We need to be in the NIT or NCAA tournament every year. No excuses. You hit the nail on the head. I agree with you. And John Gibbs says, we have nothing to show for it. And you're referring to that Final Four run? Yeah, and that's the most disappointing part is we really didn't leverage our success from the Final Four run into future success. And that is very disappointing. So, guys, going to go ahead and wrap it up. Again, appreciate you all tuning in. This was great. Monday, January the 25th, 2021. Going to go ahead and wrap things up. Check out the podcast that dropped this morning, episode 366, breaking down everything we talked here about today. The basketball game, of course, conversation with Braden Webb, podcast and the Daily Crow all week long. We also have a pregame show Wednesday night, 6 to 6:30 before the Gamecocks take on Georgia. And then Saturday we will have actually, I'm working on some things for Saturday. Pregame show will be 7:30 to 8, no doubt, but I may actually do a watch party Saturday. So that may happen. So if you guys are interested, yeah, I might actually text my buddy right after this and see. But guys, thanks so much again. Take care. Y'all have a great Monday. We'll talk soon. Thanks.